In this video, you will learn about 2 vitamins that, in a shocking way, weaken the muscles in your legs, even though they are considered essential for health. You may be surprised to discover that these very vitamins, when combined with certain foods and an unhealthy dietary combination, gradually wear down your strength day by day. These vitamins are promoted as beneficial, but in reality, they can make your muscles sluggish, your joints tense, and your walk unstable and painful. The most concerning part is that you face this threat every single day, with every meal, with every sip. You might be unknowingly feeding your own weakness. And that is not all. You may currently be taking these supplements purchased at the pharmacy with the best intentions. You believe you are taking care of your bones and overall health, but in fact, you may be accelerating muscle loss and damaging your legs. This video will open your eyes to the truth. You will learn which familiar foods lead to chronic fatigue, swelling, stiffness, and pain in the legs. Most importantly, you will understand what must be avoided immediately in order to regain your strength, vitality, and freedom of movement. Do you want to maintain strong legs for many years and age actively? Then watch until the end. This could change your life. This video is going to be incredibly informative and helpful. If you want to take control of your health like a pro, give it a like, and let's get started. 15. Sweets and desserts, a hidden threat to the health of your legs after the age of 60. Since childhood, desserts have been associated with pleasure and comfort. But after the age of 60, this innocent indulgence can become a silent enemy. Why? The issue lies in sugars. Excessive consumption of refined sugar triggers inflammatory processes in the body, especially in the muscles and joints. Inflammation makes the legs more sensitive, painful, and vulnerable to damage. Sugar disrupts energy metabolism. It increases insulin resistance, which causes muscles to receive less energy, weakening them and making them less efficient. Every extra kilogram gained from sweets adds stress to the legs. Even 1 additional pound forces the muscles and joints to work harder. In old age, when muscle mass naturally declines, this becomes especially dangerous. But that is not all. Sugar increases the amount of toxins in the body, intensifying inflammation. The higher the level of inflammation, the poorer the blood circulation becomes, meaning the leg muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients. This slows down tissue recovery and leaves the legs weak and immobile. And it all starts with a simple slice of cake. Moreover, sweets contain almost none of the essential nutrients such as proteins and magnesium that are critical for muscles. You are consuming empty calories that harm your body. What is especially concerning is that most store-bought desserts contain harmful additives, colorings, flavorings, and preservatives that further intensify inflammation and damage the muscular system. If you have noticed that your legs have become weaker, the cause might be nothing more than a daily habit of eating sweets. Replace store-bought desserts with natural alternatives, fruits with cinnamon, or homemade desserts with minimal sugar content. Yes, you can enjoy dessert, but do it wisely. Your legs and your body will thank you. 14. Fried food, another enemy of leg strength and mobility after the age of 60. Giving up fried food is not easy. French fries, donuts, chicken nuggets, all of these taste good. But after the age of 60, their effect on the body becomes destructive. These foods contain high amounts of trans fats and saturated fats, which intensify inflammation in the body. As a result, muscles become stiff, joints become painful, and legs feel weak and fatigued. Fried dishes impair circulation. Poor blood flow means that muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, which slows down tissue repair. Blood vessels become clogged, tissues stop regenerating, and the legs are the first to suffer. In addition, fried food contributes to weight gain, which increases the load on the joints and accelerates their wear and tear. For the body of any older person, this creates a double blow: loss of muscle and increased pain. Many people notice how their legs feel heavier after a fried dinner. This is not a coincidence, but a natural response of the body to an excess of harmful fats. Fried dishes are also low in proteins, vitamins, and minerals. This means that by eating them, you are not strengthening your body, you are damaging it. Your legs become less stable, your walk becomes unsteady, and it becomes harder to climb stairs. Eliminating fried food is one of the simplest steps toward restoring mobility and confidence in movement. Replace fried dishes with baked, stewed, or steamed alternatives. Your legs, your heart, and your activity in older age will all benefit from it. 13. White bread, a hidden threat to leg muscles after the age of 60. White bread is a common breakfast and a light snack for millions of people, but after the age of 60, it can become a silent destroyer of leg health. Made from refined flour, this type of bread lacks fiber and essential nutrients, making it a fast carbohydrate with a high glycemic index. The sudden spikes in blood sugar caused by such bread disrupt energy metabolism in the body, especially in the muscle cells of the legs. When consumed regularly, white bread increases insulin resistance, which prevents glucose from entering the muscles efficiently. And when muscles do not receive enough energy, they become weaker and begin to lose mass. This is particularly dangerous in older age when muscles are already naturally shrinking. The result is fatigue, weakness, and unsteadiness in the legs. And that is not all. White bread does not contain the necessary proteins and minerals, which makes it useless for muscle recovery and support. Meanwhile, the aging body requires more protein to prevent sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass. Regular consumption of white bread without replacing it with more nutritious options only accelerates this process. The combination of white bread with butter, cheeses, and sweet toppings is especially harmful. This mix dramatically increases calorie intake and contributes to weight gain. Every additional kilogram is an added burden on the legs, joints, and spine. The consequences include pain, inflammation, reduced mobility, and a higher risk. A slice of white bread may seem harmless, but a habit repeated day after day undermines your strength and stability. Fortunately, there are healthier alternatives. Whole grain bread, especially when made from oats, rye, flax seeds, or sourdough, contains fiber and nutrients and helps maintain stable blood sugar levels. When combined with proteins and healthy fats such as eggs or avocado, it becomes a solid foundation for supporting leg muscle health. You do not have to give up bread, just choose better options. And this is only the beginning. In this video, you will also learn about 2 dangerous vitamins that quietly undermine the strength of your legs. 12. Alcohol and its impact on leg health after the age of 60. As we age, even moderate alcohol consumption can cause serious harm. After the age of 60, the body processes alcohol less efficiently, and each glass of wine or beer becomes a greater burden than it used to be. One of the main consequences is the disruption of the absorption of key minerals: calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Without these nutrients, muscles become weaker, bones lose strength, and the risk of fractures increases sharply. Alcohol also directly interferes with muscle recovery. After any physical activity, the body has a harder time recovering, leading to pain, stiffness, and muscle fatigue. Frequent dehydration caused by alcohol further reduces flexibility and contributes to nighttime leg cramps. The liver also suffers in the process, yet it plays a crucial role in the synthesis of many substances needed for tissue regeneration. On top of that, alcohol is very high in calories. Even one evening of drinking can add fat to the abdominal area, and that extra weight ultimately puts more pressure on your legs and joints. Combined with age-related muscle loss, this can lead to a significant decline in mobility. Pay attention to how your body responds to alcohol. If you wake up feeling tired and worn out after just one glass of wine, it is not a coincidence. It is your body's way of signaling that your muscles are suffering. Regular alcohol consumption increases inflammation, lowers your desire to move, and quietly takes away your activity, strength, and independence. And remember, in the next few minutes, you will find out which 2 vitamins you may be taking right now without realizing they are quietly undermining the strength of your legs. 11. Processed meat, a blow to leg health after the age of 60. For many people, processed meat is a convenient part of their daily diet. But foods like bacon, sausage, and ham hide a serious threat, especially for older adults. These products are packed with sodium and chemical preservatives that trigger chronic inflammation in the body. It is this inflammation that makes the joints and muscles in the legs painful, stiff, and tired. That morning feeling of stiffness in the legs may very well be a result of regularly consuming such foods. In addition, processed meat is rich in saturated fats, which impair blood circulation, raise levels of bad cholesterol, and deprive muscles of oxygen. This slows down their recovery and weakens the legs. Add to this the overload on the liver and kidneys from the toxins and preservatives, the disruption of glucose metabolism, and the drop in energy. The result is chronic heaviness and fatigue in the legs. As we age, when muscles naturally lose tone, this type of diet becomes especially dangerous. The solution is simple. Replace processed meat with eggs, chicken breast, fish, or lean beef. Use olive oil instead of bacon and boiled eggs instead of sausage, and your body will respond. Your legs will feel lighter, and your movements will become more confident. It is a smart compromise between taste and health. 10. Instant noodles, a hidden trap for your legs. For those who value convenience, instant noodles may seem like the perfect solution. But in reality, they are a high-calorie food lacking in essential nutrients, made from refined flour and chemical additives. They contain almost no protein, fiber, or trace elements needed to support muscle mass. The main threat lies in their high salt content. One serving can contain more than half of the recommended daily intake of sodium, leading to fluid retention, swelling, and heaviness in the legs. In addition, it raises blood pressure and impairs circulation, which directly affects the nourishment of muscles and joints. Flavor enhancers and additives, including monosodium glutamate, intensify inflammation, damage the joints, and contribute to pain. The high glycemic index of instant noodles destabilizes blood sugar levels, making it harder for muscles to use energy efficiently. As a result, there is weakness, cramping, and fatigue. Even a walk to the store becomes an exhausting challenge. 9. Commercial cakes, a delight your legs end up paying for. Commercial cakes may carry the scent of childhood memories, but after the age of 60, they can rob you of your mobility. They contain processed sugar, trans fats, and artificial additives. These substances disrupt normal metabolism and trigger inflammation, especially in the joints of the legs. Sugar impairs insulin sensitivity, leading to fat accumulation and poorer nourishment of the muscles. Trans fats lower the level of good cholesterol and reduce blood flow, depriving the muscles of oxygen and energy. The result is a loss of strength, stiffness, and weakened mobility. Emulsifiers and colorings in cakes affect the immune system and provoke inflammation in the legs. And due to their high calorie content and low nutritional value, such desserts only worsen the deficiency of essential nutrients like protein, magnesium, and calcium. This kind of diet leads to chronic fatigue and decreased physical activity. But there is an alternative. Homemade cakes made from whole grain flour, fruits, and healthy oils can be just as delicious and far more beneficial. It is not just a dessert, it is an investment in your mobility, strength, and confidence in your body. 8. Ultra-processed cheeses, a silent enemy for your legs. At first glance, processed cheese spreads, cheese slices, and soft cheese snacks may seem convenient and tasty. But after the age of 60, these ultra-processed products can become a serious problem for the health of your legs. Their high sodium content causes fluid retention and raises blood pressure, while saturated fats reduce the flexibility of blood vessels and slow circulation. The result is swollen, heavy, and painful legs. These cheeses are also rich in phosphates and preservatives, which disrupt the body's mineral balance. Because of this, calcium and magnesium, two essential minerals for muscle contraction and bone health, are absorbed poorly. The outcome is muscle fatigue, cramps, and joint pain. And since the leg muscles are the largest in the body, they are the first to suffer. Unlike natural cheeses, ultra-processed ones do not contain complete protein. They provide calories, but not the building materials needed for muscle maintenance. Gradual loss of muscle mass leads to weaker legs and reduced mobility. If you feel sluggish and heavy after eating meals with these cheeses, it is not a coincidence. It is a real consequence of their inflammatory and demineralizing effects. Each day, the weakness increases, and even short walks turn into a struggle, and it all comes from that convenient cheese on your toast. But there is a solution. Ricotta, cottage cheese, soft goat cheese, or farm fresh cheese are excellent natural alternatives. With them, your muscles receive protein and your legs get proper support. And do not forget, we're getting closer to revealing the 2 most harmful vitamins for your legs. 7. Commercial ice cream, sweet but dangerous. Ice cream is a favorite dessert during hot weather and a source of simple pleasure. However, after the age of 60, commercial varieties can do more harm than you might think. Saturated fats and refined sugar trigger inflammation and cause blood sugar spikes. After a sudden rise in sugar levels, there's a sharp drop, leaving the muscles without energy. This makes the legs tired, weak, and prone to cramping. Poor blood circulation caused by fats interferes with the oxygen supply to the muscles. This results in numbness, tingling, spasms, and even a risk of falling. Add to this the artificial colorings, emulsifiers, and flavorings, and you have a product that not only lacks nutrition but also causes damage. Chronic inflammation caused by these ingredients directly affects the joints and muscle tissue. Ice cream contains almost no protein, calcium, or magnesium, nothing that would help strengthen bones and muscles. Its calories are empty, and the result is tired legs, reduced endurance, and a loss of confidence in movement. It is better to make homemade ice cream using frozen fruits and Greek yogurt, or to choose coconut or cashew-based ice cream without additives and sugar. 6. Milk chocolate. A pleasure your joints pay for. Milk chocolate is a frequent part of the diet for many older adults. However, its combination of sugar and saturated fats is one of the main triggers of inflammation in the body. It disrupts insulin function, causes energy imbalances in the muscles, and weakens them. The low cocoa content is another issue, as cocoa is where the antioxidants and flavonoids are found. Most chocolate bars are simply fatty, processed desserts with additives that damage the liver and pancreas and interfere with the absorption of nutrients. Muscles begin to lose strength, and the legs become a source of pain and stiffness. Blood sugar spikes cause sharp surges in insulin, leading to a rapid drop in muscle energy. Regular consumption of this type of chocolate is also linked to weight gain, especially in the abdominal area, which places additional stress on the joints in the legs and back. But if you do not want to give up chocolate, choose dark chocolate with a cocoa content of 85% or higher. In moderate amounts, it can even be beneficial. It improves circulation and supports blood vessels. 5. Canned foods, a convenience your legs pay for. At first glance, canned foods seem like a quick and convenient solution. But for people over the age of 60, they can become a real source of problems. Most canned products contain sodium benzoate, nitrites, artificial colorings, and large amounts of salt. These substances increase inflammation, impair circulation, and block normal muscle recovery. As a result, muscles do not receive enough oxygen and nutrients, and they weaken. Fluid retention caused by excess salt leads to swelling, heaviness, and pain in the legs. This is especially dangerous for people with high blood pressure, and that is every second person after the age of 60. The cardiovascular system becomes overloaded, the muscles are undernourished, and even a short walk turns into a challenge. The nutritional value of such products is also minimal. Even canned vegetables and meat lose most of their vitamins and minerals. At the same time, the body receives toxins and chemical additives, which causes metabolic stress and worsens muscle fatigue. Some canned containers may contain aluminum, which accumulates in the tissues and disrupts the nervous system. The consequences include tremors, unsteadiness, reduced coordination, and a higher risk of falling. That is the price of convenience, but it can be avoided. The solution is to choose fresh, frozen, or naturally fermented foods without chemicals. Cook at home using real ingredients, and your legs will thank you. 4. Snacks and cookies, silent destroyers of your strength. Filled cookies, chips, crackers, and commercial snack foods are aggressive products, especially harmful after the age of 60. They are loaded with artificial flavorings, colorings, stabilizers, and preservatives that overwhelm the liver and kidneys and interfere with the absorption of nutrients. What do you end up getting? A lot of calories and almost no protein, fiber, or minerals. For an aging body that needs more nourishment to compensate for the natural loss of muscle mass, this is a disaster. A particular threat comes from the trans fats found in these products. They clog blood vessels, disrupt blood flow to the muscles, and deprive them of oxygen. This leads to fatigue, swelling, instability, and pain in the legs. Over time, the weakness grows and a person begins to lose mobility. Excess salt increases fluid retention, making the legs even more swollen. These products cause spikes and crashes in blood sugar, leading to constant hunger and a loss of muscle energy. The solution is natural snacks, nuts, bars made from fruits and seeds, or homemade oatmeal cookies. Tasty, simple, and without harm to your joints and muscles. 3. Monosodium glutamate, an enemy in the shadows. Packet soups, meat broths, instant noodles, and ready-made seasonings often contain monosodium glutamate. This additive enhances flavor, but negatively affects the nervous system and muscles, especially in older adults. Monosodium glutamate disrupts the function of neurotransmitters responsible for muscle contraction, causing pain, tingling sensations, and feelings of weakness. As the body ages, it becomes more sensitive to toxins, and the reaction to monosodium glutamate becomes stronger. It also triggers persistent inflammation, impairs blood flow to the limbs, causes cramps, and contributes to chronic muscle weakness. Products containing monosodium glutamate often have high sodium levels as well, a double blow to the legs. Add to that the disruption of energy metabolism, and the result is weak, trembling legs that cannot handle even normal levels of physical activity. Many people do not realize they are consuming monosodium glutamate. It is often hidden under names like flavor enhancer, yeast extract, or hydrolyzed protein. Pay close attention to ingredient labels and choose natural flavorings like garlic, lemon, onion, olive oil, and spices. 2. Vitamin A, when something beneficial becomes dangerous. Vitamin A is truly important. It supports vision, immunity, and skin health. However, after the age of 60, an excess of it can cause serious harm, especially to the muscles in the legs. As the body ages, it becomes more difficult to metabolize this fat-soluble vitamin, and it begins to accumulate in the liver and joints. One of the main signs of vitamin A toxicity is muscle pain in the legs and back, which can easily be mistaken for joint or spinal problems. In addition to pain, there may be weakness, cramps, difficulty walking, and trouble climbing stairs. Vitamin A also interferes with the absorption of magnesium and calcium, two minerals that are essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. A deficiency in these minerals causes fatigue, spasms, and reduced mobility. Another serious issue is bone demineralization, especially in the legs and pelvic area. For people with osteopenia or osteoporosis, excessive intake of vitamin A increases the risk of fractures. In addition, an overworked liver produces less energy, causing the muscles to lose strength. The main cause of these problems is self-treatment and uncontrolled supplement use. Vitamin A is already present in foods such as liver, carrots, pumpkin, egg yolks, and whole milk. A balanced diet provides everything the body needs. Supplements, especially those found in multivitamins or fortified foods, often lead to excessive intake. That is why it is important to monitor your total intake and consult a doctor before taking additional vitamin A. 1. Vitamin D, the light and shadow of a single element. Vitamin D is widely known as the sunshine vitamin and is commonly used to support bone health and the immune system. However, excessive intake of it, especially in supplement form, can lead to serious problems with the legs in people over the age of 60. Hypervitaminosis D is a condition in which an excess of vitamin D accumulates in the body. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, it is not excreted through urine but is stored in fat tissues. This can cause elevated calcium levels in the blood, a condition known as hypercalcemia, which manifests as cramps, muscle burning sensations, stiffness, and weakness in the legs. Excess calcium gets deposited in soft tissues, including muscles and tendons. As a result, the legs, particularly the knees, thighs, and calves, become stiff, less mobile, and sensitive to physical stress. Instead of being beneficial, vitamin D turns into a factor that causes inflammation, pain, and restricted movement. In addition, excessive vitamin D intake puts stress on the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter calcium and other substances. This leads to leg swelling, pain, and general muscle weakness. A dangerous cycle begins. More vitamin D, more calcium, reduced kidney function, more discomfort. It is very important to understand that vitamin D should be taken only based on the results of a blood test. Dosages must be individualized, taking into account a person's health condition and a doctor's recommendations. An excess of vitamin D can be just as damaging as a deficiency, especially for your legs and your freedom of movement. Conclusion: we often assume that vitamins are always beneficial, but the truth is that excessive intake of vitamin A and vitamin D can undermine the health of your legs, weaken your muscles, cause pain, and even increase the risk of fractures. After the age of 60, the body does not need more supplements. It needs a mindful approach to nutrition and moderation. If you want to keep your legs strong, mobile, and healthy, avoid self-treatment. Monitor your vitamin levels through blood tests and follow only the guidance of qualified specialists. Next, I recommend checking out these videos, and don't forget to leave your likes and comments. I'm looking forward to them.